Hey, welcome back to Acoustic Interlude. I'm John McDonnell, and we're broadcasting live from the 38 Songwriters Festival. And we just met a new friend. Here's Ben Fields.
Hey.
What's up, man?
Not much. Play some songs, I suppose.
I think that's why you're here.
I'll start with this one. This one's called Sleep Through December. It's colder than space in this room, and there's a corner piece I might give it up too soon. Everyone knows not to lean down, 'cause it's hard to define what's inside of a shadow with not moving lines. And fool's gold, yeah, didn't you find it? No sweetheart, no black coal, no instant reminder, no sweet face is ever gonna save you from this life. Yeah, and I know that it's hard to define what's inside of a shadow if not moving lines. So I'm gonna sleep through December this year and hope when I wake that my January will take last November in stride. Still it's colder than space in this room, and there's a corner piece, and I might give it up. Well, everyone, they know not to lean down. Yeah, 'cause it's hard to define what's inside of a shadow if not moving lines. Yeah, so I'm gonna sleep through December this year and hope when I wake that my January will take last November in stride. Oh, I'm gonna sleep through December this year and hope when I wake that my January will take last November in stride. But outside there's a man with his home on a set of rollers saying, how did you find the time when your woes are too heavy, but they don't hold up to the pictures you design? Oh, to the pictures you design.
Nice.
Thank
Ben
you.
Fields, man. Nice introduction to the music of Ben Fields, man.
Appreciate it.
Welcome to our little setup here, and welcome to the festival.
Thank you for having me. It's great. It's
Hey,
a lot of fun.
no problem. Is this the first year you've been down here for the 30A?
Yeah. I'm from Brooklyn.
Yeah.
But when I heard about this, it sounded like a perfect type of thing for what I do. So, and there's not a lot of festivals that focus on this kind of part of the craft, or I suppose the craft.
Yeah.
as opposed to the the execution. So
The performance, yeah. There are a lot of fascinating people here, man. I just love coming here every year.
It's great. It's really cool. And, the artists that I've heard so far, there's, not one amongst them that isn't really worth listening to.
I know. The big names, you expect like perfection and, just really good performances. But some of the people, like you're not familiar with, you never heard their names, you don't know who they are, and they're just phenomenal. Just brilliant musicians and songwriters.
Yeah. And I think, as a songwriter, as someone who, craft is so, it's pinnacle to what a songwriter does, I believe. There's this moment of inspiration, and the craft that you have to complete that is what being a songwriter is to me. And there's people here who obviously have worked so hard, like they're a woodworker, just chipping away at something, and they've come up with some really great stuff.
And keep going, and they keep going, and they keep at it.
Yeah.
Tell us about this. We're on video here as well as the radio, so tell us about the tape on your guitar.
Oh, yeah. This was, I got here from Brooklyn, and my pickup was falling apart, so I had to do some on-the-go repairs. But I feel like maybe that should just be how it is. Maybe I should just leave it like that, because it seems to be sticking, so... I don't know, maybe tape is the way forward for me. I've always believed strongly in the merits of duct tape, so perhaps I'll upgrade it. You can't beat it. Yeah, this is just, I don't know what kind of tape this is, but maybe someday I'll be just known as the guy with duct tape all over his guitar.
Could be, could be a trend. And people will know. It's like, oh man, that guy's a Ben Fields follower because he's got tape all over his guitar.
In Brooklyn, people would assume that I was doing this to, be ironic or something. They'd say, oh yeah, he's definitely, I saw that guy. He put duct tape all over his guitar. But
just to be different.
Just to be cool,
Yeah. We're talking to Ben Fields on Acoustic Interlude. Ben, why don't you do 2 songs for us, and then we'll be back and talk.
Okay. This next one is called Mostly He Says.
Mostly says I miss you when I'm lonely. And also when air gets into my lungs. Still I'm never knowing what is coming round next. It could be a pack of wolves, it could be a pack of cigarettes. Lately, says I dream of her so often. It got me just to wondering if she was even still alive. Coming round next. It could be a pack of wolves, it could be a pack of cigarettes. So love divine without Sometimes he says, I wish that I'd done better. Oh, wish I'd done better by you, love now. Wish I'd done better by you, love now. Wish I'd done better by you, love now. Yeah. Oh, and still I'll never ever know when what is coming round next. It could be a pack of wolves, it could be a pack of cigarettes. So love will find without you. Be light if we're down for another one. Love did find without a lonely night if we down for another one, and another one to say. Can I tune up in the middle of this?
Sure, absolutely.
You can cut that part out?
Yeah.
Okay.
Not on the live webcast, but by the time we actually get it on the air, yeah, we'll cut it out.
All right, I appreciate that because
Cut out all the nasty parts, yeah.
this guy is just like he's just spent all day outside and at a show where it was nice and cold, and then he's come into this delightfully warm place, which is really nice because it was so cold where I just played. And that kind of temperature change just wreaks havoc with these things. All right. This one's a little quieter, so I don't know if that's gonna. This song is this next one I'm gonna do is it's actually it's a story song, and I've heard a couple people telling the stories of how they wrote these songs, so I thought I'd do the same. It's a story of a young kid in the Old West who he falls in love with a prostitute, as was the thing to do back then, I'm sure. And in the midst of that, finds himself in a situation where she has to take herself off to work, and finds a guy that's manhandling his woman, gets really upset, and busts through the doors of the saloon, goes upstairs to where his love is with this, nasty fella who's, I'm sure, missing all sorts of teeth and that kind of thing. In the Old West, that was what you did if you were a nasty fella. You knocked your own teeth out or something like that, or someone else did it for you. And he strangles him with his bare hands. And he does that knowing that when he's done this to this guy, everyone's aware of the situation between him and this lovely young lady, and he'll probably be picked up by the sheriff. And so it goes. He goes downstairs after he's done the deed, and there's the sheriff waiting for him, and he turns himself in, and he's hung the next morning. And the idea of it, I suppose, in an old world analog, is owning up to the dumb stuff that you did when you were a young person, and just being there and actually saying, yeah, this is what I did. So this song is called Worry.
Worry, 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 yes, of course I got worry. Oh, and time, Lord, tell me I've got time. 3 by 6 and the rest of a man comes down to face what he's done with his hands. Yeah, he comes right to say that he'll evenly stand. Oh, left foot, right foot planted here on this land. Fury, 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 yes, I've had my share of fury, oh, but kind of moreover been kind. 3 by 6 and the rest of a man. He comes down to face what he's done with his hands. Yeah, he comes right to say that he'll evenly stand. Oh, left foot, right foot planted here on this land. Yeah, left foot, right foot planted here on this land. Worry, 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 yes, of course I got worry, oh, but kind, Lord, tell me I've been kind. 3 by 6 and the rest of a man. He comes down to face what he's done with his hands. Yeah, he comes right to say that he'll evenly stand. Oh, left foot, right foot planted here on this land. Yeah, left foot, right foot planted here on this land. Oh, left foot, right foot planted here on this land.
Nice song.
Thank you.
Ben Fields from the 30A Songwriters Festival on Acoustic Interlude. I like the whole concept, the way you explained that. If I had just heard the song without hearing the intro, you know, it wouldn't have meant as much. I like that. Just owning up to the dumb stuff you did as a kid.
Well, we all did it, right? I mean,
Oh, God, yeah.
I don't. Yeah, some people did, you know, worse things. I mean, this particular character did. He murdered someone. I don't think there's a lot that you can do that's much worse than that. But yeah, I suppose, you know, yeah, that was what I was thinking about, was all this stuff that I had done, and the worry that I had done something permanent to myself in you know, all those interesting situations you find yourself in as a young person. So
Sure. Ben, sadly, we're just about out of time. Quickly, how can we follow you, you know, on Facebook and all the usual social media?
Yep, I'm listed as I am Ben Fields pretty much everywhere. So if you go to iambenfields.com, there's links to everything. There's YouTube videos, that kind of stuff as well.
Cool. Got anything exciting coming up in the spring? Any festivals or anything?
I'll be playing the Folk Alliance. I got my record coming out this
cool,
year
yeah.
through Sire Records, so that'll be really exciting. It's going to be out hopefully in a few months.
So we'll be looking for it. Ben, It's been nice meeting you.
You
and
too.
Hearing your music, and thanks so much for coming out.
Thank you for having me. I appreciate it.
But you got one more song, right?
Ah, sure. Yeah, I can do another one.
You can even finish your coffee.
All right. I'll end with the title track from the new record that's coming out this year. I'm going to end with that. You got time for me to tune up?
Sure.
Webcast, they get all the really great stuff. They get to see me tune up twice.
Well, you know, I may be just a total nerd and a geek, but I like that stuff. You know, kind of behind the scenes, you know, see what's really going on.
It's the truth. I mean, you know.
I know. It's not just, you know, the polished, edited, you know,
No.
super pretty, you know.
It's all that stuff is. I mean, I'm sure people really like it. You know, you don't have to drive around too far to see. People are into pretty stuff, especially being here on the coast.
Oh God,
Yeah, I mean, not hard to figure that out, but it does take effort. I guess the coast doesn't take much effort. That was kind of here, anyhow. This is the title track off my new record. This is called "Extraordinary Light."
It's an ordinary day, an ordinary night, an ordinary face in an extraordinary light, an ordinary way to an ordinary life, and ordinarily I'd stay, but this ain't ordinary right. And if there's one good reason for taking slowly. I know I haven't found it yet, and that's why I'm alone. Yeah, if there's one good reason for taking it slowly, I know I haven't found it yet, and that's why I'm alone. But this ain't no typical love. This is the kind that people dream of their whole life. Yeah, this ain't no typical love. It's balanced firmly on the edge of a knife. Yeah, this ain't no typical love. No, no. It's an ordinary day, such an ordinary night, an ordinary face in an extraordinary life, an ordinary way, oh, to an ordinary life, and ordinarily I'd stay, but this ain't ordinary right. And if there's one good reason for taking it slowly, I know I haven't found it yet, yeah, and that's why I'm alone. Yeah, if there's one good reason for taking it slowly, well, I know I haven't found it yet, and that's why I'm alone. Light up my love, light up my love, light up my love, light up
Ben Fields from the 38 Songwriters Festival on WUWF. That was a great song, man.
Thank
I
you.
really liked it.
Thank you so
20
much.
minutes just flew by. Thanks for coming up.
Did indeed. Thank you for having me. It was a blast.
Thanks, Ben.